Hello students, let us consider some of the NEET Biology based expected questions from cell theory. First question is, who among the following gave final shape to the modern cell theory by introducing the concept of cell division? In these options we have Matthew Schleiden, Theodor Schwann, Rudolf Virchow and Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Schleiden and Schwann, they together proposed cell theory, in which cell is the basic functional unit of life and all living organisms are made up of cells and its products. They did not explain about cell division, that is formation of new cells from pre-existing cells, and that was introduced by Rudolf Virchow. Hence the answer is option C. Rudolf Virchow, he introduced the concept of cell division. This concept of cell division included the formation of new cells from pre-existing cells. That is, by cell division from pre-existing cells, new cells are formed. Hence the answer is option C. Let's move to the next question. In this second question, we have one assertion and reason. Assertion is, the cell theory proposed by Schleiden and Schwann did not initially include the concept of cell division. The reason given is, they believed cells arose spontaneously from non-living matter. It is clear that cell theory proposed by Schleiden and Schwann, it did not initially include cell division. They did not mention about the formation of new cells from pre-existing cells. So they did not mention about cell division. The assertion is true, but they believed the cells arose spontaneously from non-living matter. Even they did not give this reason. Hence, assertion is right, whereas the reason provided is wrong. Among these options, we have A, B, C, D, in which A says A and R are true and R is correct explanation. This is not right. Both A and R are true, but R is not correct explanation. Even option B is incorrect option, whereas option C, A is true but R is false. Yes, assertion is true, but reason is false. Hence the answer C is correct. A is false, R is true. This is incorrect option. Hence the answer for the given question is option C. A is true but R is false. Moving to the third question. Which of the following statements about Schwann's observations is correct? Theodor Schwann, he worked on animal cells and proposed cell theory. As he worked on animal cells, in his observations, he said that animal cells are covered by a thin outer layer, and this outer layer today is known as plasma membrane. Along with Schleiden, Schwann proposed cell theory. Among these, let us say option A. He stated that plant cells have no cell walls. This is an incorrect option because Schwann said plant cells possess unique structure, that is cell wall. So option A is incorrect option. Option B, he identified the plasma membrane in animal cells, and this is correct option. In his observations, he found a thin outer membrane known as plasma membrane. Option C, he discovered nucleolus in animal cells. This is incorrect option. Option D, he described chloroplast in animal cells. This is also incorrect option. Hence the answer is option B. Moving to the fourth question. What was the major limitation in the original cell theory proposed by Schleiden and Schwann? Both Matthias Schleiden and Schwann, they proposed the cell theory. That is, in this cell theory, we find cell is the basic functional and fundamental unit of life. This is one hypothesis. Second hypothesis is living organisms are made up of cell and its products. But in this they did not mention about formation of new cells from pre-existing cells. This was introduced by Virchow. Hence, among the options, option A, they believed in cell fusion. This is incorrect option. Option B, they did not differentiate between unicellular and multicellular organisms. This is also incorrect option. Option C, they did not explain about origin of new cells. This is correct option because new cells arise from pre-existing cells by means of cell division. And this was introduced in modern cell theory by Rudolf Virchow. So the formation of new cells or origin of new cells from pre-existing cells was introduced by Virchow in modern cell theory. Coming to the option D, they ignored the rule of nucleus in hereditary and this is incorrect option. Hence the answer is option C. They did not explain about the origin of new cells. Answering the question 5, hominus cellula e cellula is a Latin phrase meaning this is proposed by Rudolf Virchow to explain about formation of new cells from pre-existing cells. Hence, among the options, let us say option A, only cells can divide other cells. This is incorrect option. Option B, all organisms are made up of one cell. Incorrect option. Option C, cells are the basic units of tissues. This is incorrect option. Option D, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. And this was proposed by Rudolf Virchow and included in modern cell theory. He added this hypothesis for the original cell theory and proposed this modern cell theory. Hence the correct option is option D. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. Hominus cellula e cellula. Moving to the next question, question 6. In this we have an assertion. Schleiden and Swan collectively propose that all living organisms are made of cells. The reason given in the question is they discovered mitochondria in both plant and animal cells. Schleiden and Swan, they propose that living organisms are made up of cells. This is true statement. All living organisms are made up of cells and cell is the basic fundamental unit of life. This is the cell theory proposed by Schleiden and Swan. Now coming to the reason, they discovered mitochondria in both plants and animal cells. This is incorrect reason. Now moving to the options given, option A, both A and R are true. R is correct explanation. Incorrect option. Option B, both A and R are true. R is not correct explanation. This is incorrect. Option C, A is true but R is false. This is correct. Option D, A is false but R is true. This is incorrect option. Hence the answer is assertion is true and R is false. Option C is the correct answer. Moving to the question 7. Which one of the following correctly matches the scientist with their contribution to the cell theory? Option A, we have Schleiden matched with animal cells. Option B, Swan with plant cells. Option D, Virchow with origin of cells. Option D, Leeuwenhoek with nucleus discovery. In these, option A, Schleiden, Swan and Virchow. A, B, C. These three scientists, they contributed to the cell theory. They proposed a hypothesis that helped to make modern cell theory. Matthias Schleiden, he worked with plant cells. He is a botanist. In 1838, he worked with plant cells. On the other hand, Theodore Schwann, he worked with animal cells. So A and B matching is incorrect matching. Though these two, Schleiden and Schwann, they contributed to the cell theory. Schleiden worked with plant cells, Schwann worked with animal cells. Coming to the option C, Virchow explained about formation of new cells from pre-existing cells. From pre-existing cells, new cells are formed by means of cell division. Virchow, he explained this. Leeuwenhoek, he did not discover nucleus. He observed live cells. For the first time, he observed live cells. Hence, this is incorrect option. Option A is also incorrect. Option B is also incorrect. Option C is correct option. Hence, the answer is option C. Virchow, he explained about origin of cells, new cells from pre-existing cells. Let us consider question 8. According to the modern cell theory, which of the following is not part of it? Let us see the modern cell theory. It says cell is the basic functional unit of life. All living organisms are made up of cell and its products, that is cell products. Next, third hypothesis is new cells arise from pre-existing cells by means of cell division. Now considering option A, all organisms are composed of cells. This is correct. This is correct hypothesis. Option B, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. This is also correct. Option C, cells are formed spontaneously in nutrient-rich media. This is incorrect according to the modern cell theory. Option D, cells are basic structural and functional units of life. This is also correct. Hence, this is not part of cell theory is option C. Answer is option C. Let us consider question 9. Who introduced the phrase hominis cellula e celluli? This is a Latin phrase which indicates new cells. New cells, they arise from pre-existing cells. From pre-existing cells, new cells arise. This is by means of cell division it occurs, which was explained by Rudolf Virchow. This was the third hypothesis included in modern cell theory. And this Latin phrase was introduced by Rudolf Virchow. Let us consider the options. Option A is Schwann, B is Schleiden, C Hooke, and option D is Virchow. Hence, Virchow is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. Considering question 10, which scientist studied plant tissues to propose cellular structure of plants? Matthias Schleiden. He is a botanist. In 1838, he explained about this cell as basic unit of life. And he is a botanist who worked on plant cells, different types of plants and tissues. Theodore Schwann is a zoologist. This zoologist in 1839, he proposed the hypothesis similar to Matthias Schleiden in 1839. Leeuwenhoek, he first observed live cells. Virchow, he proposed new cells are formed from pre-existing cells and he added a new hypothesis to the original cell theory proposed by Matthias Kleiden and Theodor Schwann. Now, as per the question, the scientist who studied plant tissues to propose cellular structure of plants, it is Matthias Kleiden, option B. Matthias Kleiden, option B, a botanist. In 1838, he proposed this when he worked with plant cells. All the best to the NEET exams. If you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.